Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Bala Gowthaman ji, and we have some breaking news which will essentially tell you that whatever we do at PGurus that gets acted upon, and we're going to share that with you in just a moment. First, like this video, and also let's welcome the guest of the evening, Bala Gowthaman ji. Bala Gowthaman ji, namaskaram and welcome to PGurus channel. How are you, sir?
Namaste. Doing great as always.
Bala Gowthaman ji, congratulations to you. Remember, we talked about Hizbul Tahrir, HUT, and how you had corrected me saying, look, these guys have been around since 2003 and the Chennai police did not know of their presence for several years after that. Finally, we are pleased to tell you all viewers that HUT has been banned, and we think because we were the only ones to point some of these facts that we are the reason why they did it. Congratulations to you, sir. First, let's start with that. Tell us a little bit about what you think might have happened. We don't know. They are not going to tell us how it happened, but definitely our news item coming on our video that did lead to this. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, the thing is, when we did that particular program on that day, we narrated all the things that is starting from 2003, how they tried to make HUT as a major party in India, how they started off. And after a brief while, from political thing, they shifted towards terror. And from 2021 to this day, how they are operating, how they are brainwashing, how they are acting in very different things. And again, how many Muslim countries have already banned them. And they are radical missionaries, where they are functioning. I think we pinpointed out everything about HUT. And again, the role of HUT in destabilizing the government in Bangladesh and in other countries also we touched upon. And some of those things we put in our Sree TV also. So most of these documents we put out in the media, and now a good result has come in. HUT is now banned.
Very good, sir, and may your work thrive. And this is actually in service of Bharat Mata, that we owe all our allegiance to. Next one, also an important breaking item, Gowthaman ji. Yahya Sinwar has been confirmed to be dead. Now, what we have had, we waited for about an hour and a half for confirmation. DNA testing was done in Israel to confirm that this person is indeed dead. So now almost 20-30 channels have confirmed it, including open source intelligence. You can assume that this man is now with 72 raisins. That's for sure. And then, sir, go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead, sir.
So we know whose number is next, and we are going to talk about something today which again goes back to that, these misplaced religious teachings that make you think that by doing something and dying you will actually start living your life. Sir, in Bharej incident, Gopal Mishra's murder, 5 people have been arrested. 2 or 3 were trying to flee to Nepal. They were caught. They were shot in the leg. One got shot in the leg. The other one, where he got shot, I don't know. They've been arrested. I thought one had met his 72 raisins, but looks like that is not true. Gowthaman ji, isn't it high time?
I think one thing that I need to correct you. You are only interested in the 72. There is another 18 added to that.
What is that, sir?
18 males will be available for you.
Oh, slaves or something else.
No, 72 plus 18, it is 90 there.
Then the number keeps going up.
Okay.
Sir, next one. See, sometimes PGurus, Sree TV, especially Sree TV, sees patterns that others don't. And one of the things that we have been finding is this time India apparently issued a stern warning to Muhammad Yunus. Better make sure that no Durga Puja gets attacked. But still, this HUT elements who have morphed into Jamaat in Bangladesh and others, they've still tried to do some harakiri. And we saw that stone pelting took place, whether it was Ganesh procession or after that the Durga procession. And all this stuff again points to another plan. Gowthaman ji, I'll be blunt. Haryana result has affected this minority community more than even the Congress party, which was hoping to come to power. Looks like they are beginning to think our writ is not going to run in any state. Looks like that. They are lashing out, but the response has to be proportionate, if not disproportionate, beyond proportionate. What do you think is happening around the country? Give us that, that important link that many of us may be missing about why all these things are happening.
Look, I am waiting for 2 election results. That is Maharashtra and Jharkhand. In these 2 states, BJP is going to come back to power. This will be the starting point of disintegration of the Congress party. I think this will start. Muslims doesn't want that to happen. And they are hoping after this parliament election that they will have a jump back. But this Haryana elections, where they played almost all the tricks, but they are not able to come to power, and now they feel that the swing is again going towards BJP's way. And they have invested a huge amount on that. Now, today our Supreme Court has come up with the judgment that Citizenship Amendment Act, that is legally, it is valid. And this is now giving enough signals for them that CAA will be implemented easily in this country, and this is an indication. And number 2, CPCR, they have written to all the state governments to shut down madrasas because madrasas violate right to education. So things are picking up in this movement, in this direction. And after a Haryana election, I mean, this is for the first time after a long time that the RSS chief in his speech during Vijayadashami has pointed out certain things regarding religious commotion and other things. And a very notable thing that we should not miss, generally, Ramakrishna Mission, sannyasis, they don't speak so bluntly. And I heard a speech by a sannyasi from the Ramakrishna order saying that it is time for us to fight for dharma. So the counter-Hindu polarization is happening. And this is what we need to understand from the results of Haryana elections, where the party betting on 2 castes, that is Jat and the scheduled caste. But you have to understand, they are not able to even mobilize those communities fully as planned, plus minorities to win the elections. So Hindus belonging to all communities, now they understand that there is no other way other than a Hindu consolidation to take on this anti-national elements. This message has crept in even to the remotest village, thanks to Rahul Gandhi and Congress. Because of the stand they are taking, pro-Muslim stand, very apparent pro-Muslim stand. And this is a countermeasure to that, that common man is understanding what is happening in the country.
Gowthaman, a couple of clarifications. I think you meant NRC, not CAA. CAA has already been there. NRC is the 6A, Section 6A ruling that Supreme Court has said that they can implement according to NRC. This is essentially ratifying what Assam is trying to do, that you can evict illegals from the country. So this is going to be something that Assam is going to start. It is closer to the border. It is going to be harder too. But once they cross that step, then I expect that systematically from the border inwards.
Why I link CAA to this is, if the court is going to take such a decision, then you can understand the line of thinking what is going on in judiciary.
That's true. That's true.
And there won't be any hurdle for them. But there is again another issue. This is something that somebody has to point out, and nobody has pointed out it till now in any news channel. Now, what is going to happen? What may happen? Now, the Chief Minister of Assam is a very strong person. He will implement it with the letter, with spirit. Letter and spirit he will implement. He will try to implement it. So there is always a possibility for those people who have been intruded in Assam. They may move to Jammu and Kashmir, Tamil Nadu. They may even move to Kerala. And from there, they will try to get some bogus certificate and other things. And there is always a possibility for that. And I request the government to watch almost all railway stations across the country and who is moving where. And I can tell you, if this implementation of this program is going to happen in Assam, most of the trains which are originating from Howrah, Guwahati or Asansol will be full of these skull caps. You can wait and see. There is a possibility for this to happen. Government needs to be, I think, more watchful about it. And this is what I feel. And they already they have planned it. Some time back, one leader from Tamil Nadu, who is the leader of the Maridhaneyya Makkal Katchi, is one of the founders of Tamil Nadu Muslim Munneta Kadagam. He said, where the Rohingyas can go, their first option is Bengal. Bengal is already full. So their next option is Tamil Nadu and Jammu and Kashmir. This is a statement made by Jawaharlal at that particular point of time. Around 2013, 2012, 2013, 2014. At that time, it is Times. I think Arnab was there in Times at that period of time. In an interview, one Pakistani general in the TV said that we are able to create rift in certain states and we can disintegrate India. And one state he mentioned then is Tamil Nadu, along with Jammu and Kashmir and Bengal. And this is something that we need to note. And there will be massive movement of these immigrants from Assam to this place. And mostly these governments, they even facilitate to get them local identity. I mean, this is happening, and there are in many places. Now in Tamil Nadu, many people are getting caught because the local people, the local agents are getting them ration cards, getting them Aadhaar cards, even getting them passports with the fake identities and other things. So this is something the government needs to be watchful of.
Sir, one other thing that I wanted to mention about this madrasas that you said, this is a recommendation, right? I mean, it still has to be ratified by government via a government order, or is it like it's as good as a government order?
No, it is not good as a. It is just a recommendation. Whether any government can either act or not going to act, it is up to them. But anyway, it is a first step. But that is something which has rattled them. Look, this is something which they have not expected. And it is a valid.
Half these mullahs are crooks. Half these mullahs are crooks.
Not half, most of them.
Look, I was being generous.
This is something that we need to understand. Now, when they said that the right to education, immediately the Jawaharlal comes out with the statement and saying that the RT is being, the Lucknow High Court has passed this order. Supreme Court has said that minority institution doesn't come under the preview of RT. The question is not that, because it is not about educational institutions alone. Now you say right to education, then there should be a definition for education, right? Without a definition for education, you cannot say that there is a right to education. So what the education means? So it has got something that I need to get some numeric skills, I need to have some reading skills, I need to have some comprehensive skill. And these are certain things for education. My question is whether the Madrasa syllabus is catering to that. And this is something that we need to understand from the from the circular which is sent out by the Child Rights Protection Committee. That is point number one, we need to understand. Number two, in some of the madrasas in Bihar and other places, the syllabuses which were used in those madrasas, they are taught in Pakistan madrasas. And this is being recorded. Then how can you have a madrasa where Pakistan syllabus is being taught? You think that they are going to teach them how to be friendly with the local Hindus, or they are going to teach you who is a kafir, and whether they are going to teach what is 𝗒𝙗𝘗? And this is what they are going to teach. And again, this is another thing, that's the one notable thing about that particular order is, look, when you are radicalized, this is something that we need to understand. When a child is radicalized, is it not against the right of the child? Because the thing is, you are only given a selective band of teaching and you are not exposed to anything which is common to the entire universe. Is the right of the child is not being compromised? And again, up to the age of 15, you are only taught this, and the child comes out How the child can survive? If there is no this, if no mullah is being paid, honorarium by governments or something else, how the child will survive? This is one question even I am asking against people who are doing this katana and sunnat. Is it, the child body has to take even cognizance of that. This is my humble request. The thing is, now you are doing the sunnat or katana and you are performing this operation in the body of the child. What right you have to do it in the body of some other person if it is not an essential medical intervention? Is it not abuse?
Gowthamanji, now let's.
The child is demanding something else. Is it possible for you to regrow that? Is it not violence?
One second, Gowthamanji. I have one question to ask of my editor. Some people are saying that Balaji's voice is breaking. I can hear him fine. I don't know. I would like some of you to just say if you are able to hear Bala Gowthamanji fine. I'm able to hear him fine. I don't have any problem. Just let me know. Just give me 1 second, sir. I have a chat here. I can hear it correctly. So no problem, sir. Fine to me. So let's continue. Gowthamanji, Durga Pandal attacks 𝗤𝙬 in Uttar Pradesh, in Jharkhand, in
Hyderabad.
In fact, vandalism has taken place. They have vandalized. Kumaraguda is like, I lived like 1 kilometer from there, Gowthamanji. I know this temple. In Hyderabad, you'll have the strangest thing. Okay, the big road will be laid out, but in the middle there will be one small masjid. They can't get around it. This has been there for 50, 60 years. Imagine, some of the main thoroughfares have this kind of a problem. So anyway, but those will not be touched. Anything else is fair game. Gowthamanji, where do you think all this is pointing to? Yes, they are losing. They are forced to be like any other average citizen in India. You have to follow the rules of the society, and you don't have any horns on your head. Those horns have been clipped. Now, what else is the message here? What exactly are they're trying to gain by lashing out? The next encounter may not be so kind. They may not live after that. 5 people. If all of them had been encountered, maybe people will think, okay, this is a sufficient deterrent. So these guys, the thought itself should not form. What do you think is going on next?
So this is, look, different governments, different actions. This is something that we need to understand before going into the individual issues. First, when the Kashmir insurgency started, in the early 80s, they started desecrating Hindu temples. So after every desecration, the person who is arrested will be declared as mentally he is not sound. The same thing started happening in Bangladesh during the 90s. And there also, when temples were desecrated, the people who got arrested will be declared as mentally unsound. Now, Hyderabad, one person was arrested for desecrating the statue of Ma Durga. And now the police claimed that he is mentally unsound. So it is very clear what they have done in Kashmir, what they have done in Bangladesh, and now it is now happening here in Hyderabad. This is something that we need to know. So friendly government, that is the Congress government, is a friendly government. When there is a friendly government, the cases are registered like this. And this is something that we need to do. This is how it happened in Kashmir when Farooq Abdullah was ruling. This happened when Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, sorry, not Mukhtar, this one, Saeed was ruling. And the same thing happened when Sheikh Hasina was ruling in Bangladesh. So this is a pattern that we can see throughout. And this has happened in Hyderabad. Whereas in Uttar Pradesh, it has happened the other way. And I am not happy with what they have done. Because the thing is, what I heard from people in the ground, that when the issue started, the police were lathi charging on the Hindus.
Yes.
While the lathi charge was on, that Hindu boy was abducted and he was tortured and then killed. And now they say in Jharkhand and in other places, this is how most of the newspapers in India are putting as headlines, that the procession was taken on when they passed through a mosque. That is the most, what you can say, an unacceptable way of presenting an issue. If your Allah has got problem in listening to music, if your Allah has got problems in seeing a Hindu procession, do one thing. You construct your mosque in a place where there is no way. That is better. Because the thing is, you construct a mosque in a thoroughfare and then you claim that the procession is passing through a mosque. So that is a wrong way to present, number one. And no procession passes through a mosque. A mosque comes in a throwaway. And if you have these issues, then don't construct it in any main roads or even in any roads. Go to a far-off jungle and build something else and go, because he is so sensitive about music and other things. But whereas you give, for tea shops and other things, you rent it out. In the tea shop, all the musics will be heard. Allah has got no problem in hearing those musics, but he is having problem only in hearing the music of Hindu gods. That is a problem. So this is something which I mean, the newspapers, not only newspapers, even in any channel, they need to correct that you cannot say that procession passes through a mosque is in a thoroughfare. And this is something, and when this type of argument is put up, then the second narrative will be built that Hindus are going through a Muslim area. To build up this narrative, they are creating issues like this. Previously, they have problems with Ganesha. Then they said that we have no issues with anything. Ganesha processions are highly Hindutvaist. That is why we are opposing. We have no problem with any other functions. And then they got into problem with the Ram Navami after Ayodhya movement. Then along with Ganesha, Rama was added to the list. And then Puri Yatra, that is Jagannath Yatra, when it is happening in Puri, in all other places they have Jagannath Yatra. Then Allah has got issues with Jagannatha too. And then Hanuman, he also joined it. And in Nu and other places in the Shobhyatra, that is the Shiva's Yatra, Shiva was also added to the list of enemies of Allah. And now when Durga Puja is now picking up momentum, Durga is also added to the list. So one thing that we need to understand, the problem is not because of the procession passing through a road. The problem is not because of some Hindutva people are doing that. The problem is one thing, no Hindu should do anything in this country, anything which Muslim doesn't like. So they will create issues, they will create reason for those issues, and these reasons will be justified. So you take these things. In Haryana, they said that it passed through a mosque. In Uttar Pradesh, the headline says that it passed through the mosque. Again, in Jharkhand, it is said that it passed through the mosque. So again, Hindus are termed as villains, and it is a victim card which they often play. And this happened in Kashmir, this happened in Bangladesh some 30-40 years back, and now the same thing is being extended to other places. So the narrative is very clear. There, even a common Hindu, because I am working here in Tamil Nadu, they say, this is a common thing. A Hindu speaks like this. Why? You can go take the temple procession around. Why are you going through that road? As if that entire road belongs to them. And this type of mentality, as if Hindus are aggressors, is being peddled by the Hindus. This type of narratives are set after every riot. So riot is one thing, but with this riot, what type of mentality they are setting? And they have the media to peddle these things around. And this is something that we need to understand, that these incidents are not one-off incidents. Now again they are creating, and now they will cry foul that Muslims are victimized in India by majority Hindus. And people in your country, and who looks after all affairs of all other countries other than your own country, will come up with a report on India as soon as possible, because their butt is burning in Mexico. They don't know what is happening there, but the thing is, they will say that Delhi is burning, they will say Kanyakumari is burning, and look, some reports will come after this. You just see. So this is how they are creating narrative with every riot. So this narrative building is a third part of this riot. And the fourth part, this is something that we need to understand. They need to create a sense of invincibility in areas where they are not dominant, but they will show that they are dominant. So slowly, Hindus will start migrating from that area, and they will put in more Muslims, and from Bangladesh, from Rohingyas and other things they will put up. They will make Muslim dominant localities. Slowly they will try to do. So all these things are well calculated plan for creating the ظاهرة Hind.
Gowthamanji, there is no respite. Even in places where there are no Muslims, here is an advertisement calling for donations to build a mosque in a non-Muslim area. Even if they vacate from some place and go to a place where they feel that they are secure, there is no security, sir.
Yeah, because the thing is that you are now saying Masjid, Haji, Lal, Muhammad, and you are showing this. Now, in Tamil Nadu, in all Tamil leading newspapers, they put up an advertisement for constructing mosque in Tirunelveli, Chennai highway for every 60 to 80 kilometers. And the person who advertised is Hanifa Private Limited, Singapore. This advertisement were there in our local papers also. So the purpose of constructing the mosque is not for Muslims. The purpose of constructing a mosque is for to do surveillance and to block your arterial roads when it is needed. So it is a blatant military plan, sir.
I just want to show a small video that we released today morning. Take a quick look at this one. The shocking news from Bahrain, where Gopal Mishra was shot dead for replacing an Islamic flag with a Bhaga flag. Now, what has happened is, after that, when his funeral procession was going through the street, there was stone pelting, rioting, some vehicles were set on fire, shops were set on fire, and one person dead because of the shooting there. Now, why is this happening again and again? What are the Muslims lashing out that they are getting decimated somewhere else? What is wrong with them? In India, they are being treated fairly. They are having a happy life. Why are they not understanding that you are first a human being and second a Indian, and then something else? Your religion comes way below. One thing that India needs to do, if it needs to survive in the shark land of all these Islamic countries around it, it needs to go back to the basics and undo the first thing that these Islamists have done, that is, take back Kashmir. What needs to happen is 10 lakh ex-servicemen that need to be relocated there, build houses, build an enclave where they can actually set up an ecosystem, not only live there, but perhaps start companies, start industries, and start producing stuff, then slowly replace the ex-servicemen with people who used to originally live Kashmir Valley, the Kashmiri Hindus. It includes Dogras, Sikh, anybody else who used to be in the valley, who ran away because they were afraid for their life. This needs to happen right now. You need to go back and assert yourself in the valley before anything else can happen. This is a second step, in my opinion. The first step was building of the Ram Mandir at Babri Masjid. The second one would be bringing Hindus back into the valley. Until that happens, somebody is not getting the message. This is what is the problem, and I don't know why Indian government is not taking up this step. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Sir, after Article 370, something interesting happened. they started bringing something called as residency requirements for other people not living in Kashmir. You have to be resident for 5 years before you can start purchasing property there. I'm hearing now that 5 years has been changed to 15 years. Very great. You're trying to make sure, even though it is part of India, completely integrated into part of India, still non-Kashmiris cannot go and buy land there. Sir, I don't understand. This is government of BJP. They had a 303 majority. 2019 is when, August 5th is when it was abrogated. This enclave building is a must, Gowthaman ji. Yet you cannot, the Hindus cannot go and live amongst the Muslims. That is not going to work. You have to build something that is like a fortress inside which the city has to evolve. And you find the way you give patas is, if they had originally some place, find out what the equivalent is and give them some sort of a discount and let them settle there. But before that, ex-servicemen have to go there. The bullet can only listen to another bullet. This is something that has been said for 15-20 years, Gowthamanji, and still India is not taking that one critical step.
So one thing you need to understand, even after the abrogation of 370, terror has now even entered Jammu. Now it is happening in Kathua. That is in the Jammu region.
Yes.
So the thing is, things have not changed in the ground. And resettling Pandits and Dogras is not possible unless or otherwise there is a strong Hindu population which is armed in the valley. If there is no armed Hindu population, then no resettlement is possible. And it is not only government, every dick and harry knows how it is possible to do that. Because even in places in Haryana, in Nu, it is not possible for some places for Hindus to even say remain as a small one or couple of street. They can't even live in a Muslim dominated locality. How it is possible in Kashmir for them to live? The only solution is that it is ex-serviceman, number one, and number two, what you have to do as far as Kashmir is concerned, you have to remove this particular thing, that since it is a part of India, there should not be any limitation for anyone to purchase property in Kashmir. So what you can do, instead of settling people there, ask rich people to purchase vast tracts of land, and then try to push in some people from some other places, and mostly ex-servicemen into those areas. So there are people who are willing to invest on that for the sake of this country. Government can make use of them.
Next one, please. We have another topic that we need to talk about, Gowthamanji. Tamil Nadu government functions are now slowly becoming Christian events. We saw the unfortunate instance of one MP insisting on there is a 𝗣𝗚𝗎 going on because they were going to bring up a university, if I remember correctly, or some building. 𝗣𝗚𝗎 was going to go on. And this man says, why are you not also having a Muslim function? Why are you also not having a Christian function? This is in a very predominantly Hindu place, by the way. One-year community is very, very predominant.
Yes. Dharmapuri district. The name of the MP is Mr. Sendil Kumar.
So this guy is a PhD, evidently. What have you learned, and how some idiot gave you a PhD degree? I would like to know. Anyway, that's my personal opinion.
So the thing is, if they are talking these nonsenses, automatically they will steal the limelight, and they think that this is an essential qualification for them to get a seat or party position. But unfortunately, this guy was shunted out, and no ticket was given to him in this elections. That is for some other reason, not for this.
Good. You can sit and listen to this 10 times now. Sir, overall, we've been watching now that very subtle way we are seeing Christianity being creeping into event. I'm hearing even that if there is an event going on and if you put all those road restriction blocks, right, even there they are trying to thrust Christianity. Is it true?
Yeah, this happened from Tirunelveli-Tenkasi highway in the barricades. The Bible verses were, written in those barricades. And all these things are government barricades, and the government allowed this to happen. And another thing that we need to, another interesting thing that happened in Tamil Nadu, in one of the government hospitals, prescription sheet or something else, in one Quran verses were written. In another place, biblical messages were written in government papers. And a precursor to this in the early, around 2012, 2013 or 14, the name of the place is Ramanathapuram. So the English call it as Ramnad, because they can't spell that word. Otherwise, they don't want to spell, they don't want to hear the word Ramanathapuram. Maybe the reason, because missionaries are the most missing naris. Naris means fox. So, okay. So they will do that. So what happened in the electricity bill, electricity card, they have printed in Tamil, not in English, Raim na it, Ram not. And they justified it, saying that we translated from English, as if that they are doing something in Glasgow or something, somebody else. It is Ramanathapuram. So these things, it happened in Ramanathapuram before by the Muslims. And now what is happening now? 𝗤𝙁𝙤𝘀𝘆, Tirunelveli, 𝗤𝙁𝙤 Road, they have put up. Hindu Munani, they demonstrated against it and they have removed. Now the latest one is the name Tirunelveli comes from the Shiva temple there. There the presiding deity is Nellayappar. So Nellayappar temple, they have their annual car festival in the month of Ani. Ani means that is June 15 to July 15. This time around it falls in the first or second week of June. Third or fourth week of June. So during that particular car festival, the government will have the exhibition there in Tirunelveli. Usually these exhibitions will take place in the government ground, that is in the municipal ground. This time around, during the Nellayappar car festival, this exhibition never took place. It took place now. After Puja holidays, it took place. And not in the traditional place where it is supposed to. It is not in the municipal grounds. It is in a missionary compound. And even inside that, you can hear Christian songs being played, and the Christian messages have been written all over. And now the exhibition, which is supposed to happen 3 months back, it was pushed out. And the significance of this exhibition coinciding with the Nellayappar Therotam, this was happening for years, has now been changed. And just before that, 2 days before this, Dasara it's a very famous, very popular event down in Tirunelveli and Thuthukudi and other places. And Kulasekarapuram is famous for that. In Tirunelveli, the government asked them to reduce the size of the chariot, the temple chariot, which was taken for years. And they cited a good reason. You know what it is? The thing is, if the chariot is of that original length, it is a headache for the electricity department that it may get in touch with the wire. For all these years, when this car festival is on, all the electric line will be disconnected. And after the car festival, it will be reconnected. This is a practice which is going on in the state from the day when electric poles were set up in Tamil Nadu. And now the government says that you have to reduce the height of it. That particular place is near to the place where this exhibition happened. And this is how, again now, day before yesterday or yesterday, another thing happened. There is a place by the name Uveri. Uveri comes in the coastal area of Tirunelveli, Thuthukudi, that belt. It comes in the Tirunelveli district, whereas we have to consider very close to that. Now they have closed the temple doors and they have pulled off all the pujaris out of the temple. And these are the areas where Christians are having a very good number in terms of population. And this is how slowly, in a Christian-dominated area, Hindus are being pushed out, and the Christianity has become the official thing of the government.
Well, the deputy chief minister is a Christian now.
He confessed that he is a Christian. And then he said that when I say this, somebody's butt will burn. But none of our butts are burning. But the thing
His is in danger though. His is in danger though.
Yeah,
you should start calling him Dengue Man. You should start calling like Superman, right? Dengue Man.
Yeah, that is the right word to call him. And you know what happened? I mean, one person by the name Mano Tangaraj was taken out of the ministry in Tamil Nadu. He is a rabid Christian and he is responsible for many riots in Kanyakumari. When he is shunted out, all the Christians in Kanyakumari district, all Christian organizations, they wrote to the chief minister and the deputy chief minister, the dinky man, what you are calling. They wrote to him to reinstate him because he is the person who can effectively counter Hindu organizations. This is what is written in the official letter that they have sent to the chief minister and deputy chief minister. Again, in the same district, one person from ADMK, that is Dalavai Sundaram, he is an MLA from ADMK, is the district general secretary of the party. He participated in an RSS Pathasanjana. He was immediately removed from ADMK. And the reason cited that he participated in an RSS program. And for removing him, all minority organizations which pleaded for reinstation of Mano Tangaraj, they praised EPS. For what? For removing this guy from the party. So the races between ADMK and DMK, now they are sending the message. EPS is sending the message that I will be more pro-Christian than DMK because I have sent this guy out of the party. Now the Christians are writing to EPS that, okay, we appreciate your move. And now they are demanding, you have taken our person out of the cabinet, but what ADMK has done. So you have to behave like ADMK or else we will shift our allegiance to ADMK. And this is how each and every political party is intimidated even at district level.
Good problem for Mr. Stalin to have.
Not by Muslims, you have to understand, by Christians.
Good problem for Mr. Stalin to have. Sir, one thing I'm also hearing, this is a joke, I hope, because I'm hearing this, but I'm hoping this is a joke, that BJP has given a message through Velusamy, if I remember correctly, SP Velusamy, to the EDMK leadership. I don't call them ADMK, it is EDMK, Edappadi's DMK, that if all of you come together under one umbrella, give some post to Sachikala, give some post to TTV Dinakaran, give some post to OPS. You can be Secretary General, the other person can be General Secretary. Who knows the difference? Each can call, I am the General Secretary, the other guy also know I am Secretary General. Let that thing go, whatever. If you all come together, then we may consider aligning with you. What is this, sir? Why is this BJP can wait another term. Just grow it instead of going back to this. They're all DMK. No difference.
Sir, the problem with BJP, this is what I am telling you from time. This is what I am telling time and again. When I made this statement, there were comments even in your TV criticizing me for that.
So I didn't say, sir. I didn't say anything. You're welcome to your comments.
Not you. I mean, and then our friends. Look,
sir, but one happens, sir. But one happens to everybody.
Okay. Look, this is one thing that we need to understand. BJP needs to understand. You can't run a party in social media and media. Now BJP leadership is now aware that they have betted highly on Annamalai and it has not yielded good results, because what investment that you have done somewhere else, that you should have done that investment at the ground level. And now your organization structure is now not in a good shape, and people who knows the art of getting votes into booth. I mean, already you have a very small group who knows what electoral work is. Even now they are not even there. And at the present stage, before that, BJP doesn't require money to push any activity. But now a situation has come in Tamil Nadu that without money, party can't undertake any work. And this is a bad sign for any political party which is aspiring to capture power. I think the center could have realized this and opting for it. That is not a good move. The party has to do one thing. It has to work to find people who can really take the party to the ground. They have to rework on those strategy. And with the present state of groupism at all levels of the party, I think it is very difficult.
Thank you so much, Gowthaman-ji. Now let's take a few questions. We are running up against a time limit, so we may not be able to take all your questions, viewers. Sorry about that, but we are going to take a few questions. Let's start, please. Full Mental Heart, thank you so much. Sir, won't closing the madrasas and bringing them all to normal schools lead to Islamic brainwash into Hindu kids? They are taught at home to convert.
No, I mean, you are saying that schools lead to, yeah, it is, I mean, that is what the problem is. This is what they say, even in the CRPC, I mean, the CPRC order, they say that many Hindus are studying in these schools and they are getting brainwashed. They need to bring them to more normal schools. It is not only Hindu kids, it is Muslim kids. There are many Muslims who are not in agreement with many of these radical views. There are many Muslims who are even opposed to it. There is a very big group in Tamil Nadu, I know for sure, that they say that these radical Islamic guys are taking our toll more than they are countering the other religion. And this is a type of sentiment which is happening among Hindu, even among Muslims. So if the madrasas are closed, it is not the Hindu children who are going to be emancipated. More is the Muslim children, they are going to get emancipated. And this is, I mean, some Muslim groups, they are even asking the abolition of Waqf. And they have even written to the central government that Waqf needs to be abolished, that we don't want amendment, finish it off. And because this is a pressure and this is a type of victimization is just happening among the Muslims by some radical groups. So the madrasas are not only it's against national unity or anything else, it is even against, human values. And this is what a section of the Muslims feel.
Next question, please. Maithili wants to know, Bala Gowthaman-ji, I'm sorry. First time we have a Hindu deputy chief minister no, it's before also we have had. Is it going to make any difference?
Yeah, when Mehbooba Mufti was there, BJP was having the deputy chief minister's post.
Yeah.
And I think nothing is going to happen, it will be better that statehood is not restored immediately. The thing is, the control will be more with the lieutenant governor, and some type of check and balance can be exercised by this central government if it is a union territory. I think that the government has got only one window to do something else is when Jammu and Kashmir is a union territory, not thing. Getting a first Hindu deputy chief minister is like having Uddhav Thackeray there as such Hindu chief minister with Sharad Pawar and Congress as his allies. Yes, he is a Hindu chief minister from a Hindu party, but how he behaved. So I don't think that this deputy chief minister will be anywhere different from that.
Vijay Kumar wants to know, sir, do you think Supreme Court judgment on illegal migrants after March 1971, will it be easy for government to eliminate these Bangladeshi, not eliminate, but take them out of there? Not eliminate. Eliminate has a slightly different connotation. Sir,
this is Assam centric. So they will. This is what in my previous speech. I mean, my comment.
Yeah. Don't let them to leave out of there. Yeah,
out of the other things, and they will get it back. So this is a time where the government has to strictly implement CAA, and if that is not going to happen, the judgment, even if the Assam government is going to put some pressure, there will be some loopholes for them to escape. So central government has to think of it and immediately implement CAA.
Full Metal Heart, thank you so much. Sir, what is the actual Hindu population of Tamil Nadu?
Maybe around 8 78% or so. The government records say it is 80+%, but to me it is around 75 to 77% or so. 78% maybe.
Jyoti wants to know, why are TN people still voting for DMK?
Because that is the only party which is available there in the ground. If I have an issue locally, if my water tap is not coming, electricity, there is an issue, I want to get a certificate, or I do something in the ration shop, and DMK people are helping you out. And nobody is ideologically inclined to any party, because at the grassroots level, if somebody is doing some good work for you, and people will vote for you. And this is what DMK and ADMK is doing, and this is what BJP is precisely not doing.
On the ground, some of the things that have been missed, like for example, when Annamalai's flags pole was taken out by DMK, citing complaints from the neighborhood, he swore that every day from that point forward, there will be a new flagpole erected. I don't know if that thing came through. See, subliminal messaging is very important, especially in a state like Tamil Nadu, where, basics are served. You don't have the basics problem. You have to go beyond that. And you drive through the rural Tamil Nadu, you do it, I do it, sir. Tell me how many BJP symbols are there on any wall? I can count with my fingertips.
So that is right, but that's something that people needs to understand. Look, if you are a strong leader, and if the ruling government or if any other party is going to be afraid of you, first, as a party leader, if any party worker is arrested or something happens, you need to do massive agitations across the state, or at least across the district. You have to show your street power. This is one thing as a political leader that you need to know. And number two, everything can't be done by a state president. You need to create leadership at the local level, so that they will be able to mobilize a huge mob within a short span of time. Look,
you can publish Konar notes for this.
Yeah, we have to. This is something that you need to understand. Look, in 2014, BJP, ADMK alliance, DMK alliance, and BJP alliance, three alliances fought, where the BJP alliance got close to 20%, 19+% of votes. They won 2 seats without these major political parties, where DMK drew a blank. This happened in that election. You know what is the triggering point for that particular victory? Because for the previous 1 to 2 years, BJP organized big rallies across the state. But those things were successful. Why those things were successful? Because at every district level, they organized to protest, demanding scholarship for Hindu children. Whatever scholarship that you are giving for Christians and Muslims, you give it to Hindus. In those small agitations, they are able to mobilize 3,000, 8,000, 5,000 people, even in districts where BJP doesn't have a name before. So, you are identified by your strength of mobilizing people on the road. That is the time when the police will respect you. Before that, what is the position? If BJP is going to announce a protest or something else, 2 lady policemen will be sent for bandobast. When you start mobilizing 2,000 to 3,000, then the pressure will be on the police to send more forces. Then it will be difficult for them to manage a station and traffic. This is what Muslims are doing. That is why
they demonstrated that they can completely stall Tamil Nadu.
This is where the police or the government will be afraid of you. And unless or otherwise BJP is not going to learn this trick, or it is not going to prepare for this warfare, it is very difficult for them to survive. This is Konar Tamil.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And viewers will be back again very, very shortly. We have another program on what happened in Middle East, and many other information with Sumit Peer in Hindi. Thank you so much, Gowthamanji. We'll be seeing you again,
Yes.
hopefully next Thursday. Namaskar.
Namaskar.